Struggling with prop firms? Let's go. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be speaking about a method that you can use to simplify trading for yourself. Now, obviously, if you're watching a lot of my content, you're not being, passing prop firm challenges within, risking 0.5% and just passing them in one trade. The full 8% targets, full 5% targets, phase ones, phase twos, and you can just obviously, see the edge, right? And that's what really gives me a huge advantage over the markets, is because there are different types of edges, but my edge, I personally like to think, is really strong, to say the least. And what is edge? If to simplify things, it's just whatever gives you an advantage over the market, or whatever consistently puts money in your pockets. Now, there's different types of edge. There's obviously different levels to it. Now, one edge that I believe is really helpful for my psychology, and obviously which helps me gain profits, is I like to simplify the charts. And now, what do I mean by this? I like to, everyone says price moves in waves. I like to think, which it does, but I like to think of it in moves like a staircase. Now, I'm gonna break this down. What do I mean by this? First of all, obviously, my name is Don Aslam. I'm a 700k funded trader. I'm obviously my students in my mentorship, finding success with this, and link will be in the video description. So like, subscribe, comment, share everything, and if you haven't already, but if you are looking also for one-to-one mentorship, link will be in the video description. Just hit me up. So basically, now the idea with this is, look at this. Wherever you see equal highs, equal lows, they basically your zones, right? In this case here, obviously I've given the market the benefit of the doubt, right? 10 losses, let's just say we're already in 10 percent drawdown, or whatever you call it, 10 RR drawdown. And obviously you can see here price is here is showing it as a bullish candle. We're going to 30 minutes, going to show you much clear. A bullish candle, then a few bearish, then bullish again. That's your staircase, what I'm speaking about. The first time it happens is basically over here. You can get your zone created, right? This is where you basically, your zone is first created, and then you can just take advantage. And now obviously we're in a bullish trend. We've got the volume, we've got the breakout candle, nice quality breakout candle, and then price just shoots up. Now in this case here, this is around 9:30, which obviously UK time. I normally advise the students do not trade at this time, so when market usually gaps. But in the morning, normally London, New York session are the best times when there's actual real volume, which you can take advantage of. In this case here, right, look at this price. If I just go back to the 1 hour where I drew my zones on, if I look at this again, it's just about simplifying things. Don't complicate trading. And if you find a trading instrument, guys and girls, whoever's watching, you want to find the ones that give you the most cleanest price action. If, for example, if gold is not showing me that, I'll just move on to another pair. If we trade UJ, GJ, Nasdaq, German 40, Euro USD, gold, some of the students. So the whole idea, me personally, I like trading Nasdaq, UJ and GJ. GJ less now, but mostly nowadays it's just UJ and Nasdaq. So when price comes down, so let's work through this, right? So we gain our basically levels of, you can see even this super strong bullish candle here, right? And still price falls down, because price likes to move in waves, right? And what I've seen as well is one candlestick on its own, is what I've seen with experience as well, is not enough to give you that signal to enter the trade. If you can see multiple candles like this, even better. How can you see multiple? Go to a smaller time frame, right? So let's just go to a smaller time frame. Let's use a example of let's use this one here, right? Let's go to a smaller time frame. Let's see what price is showing us. Okay. So price, obviously we got our nice clean breakout. Price comes back up here. Let me just move this out of the way so you can see much better. Price now is basically making those stairs. Now you can look up when it does this, think of it as structure or little other zones being created. So I'll color it in blue, and what I'll do is I'll move this out of the way as well. So look at this staircase. Now this is like a staircase going to the upside, right? Now do you see what's happened? Right, we've come back, we're climbing the staircase for the first time, And why do I call this a staircase? Let me see if I can find a, okay, I call this a staircase because if we go like this, do you see what I mean? So basically, let me just draw another one, so it just makes more sense why I'm calling this a staircase. Okay, now for the first time this staircase is broken, so let me just delete this down here, right? So obviously let me just go to a small time frame. Wait a minute. We got a little bit of structure here. Support level created, huge bearish engulfing, closes here below, right? It breaks this structure, and then now we can start focusing. Now obviously ideally, just one moment, just refine this. There, even better, even much cleaner, right? So now how would you should take an entry on this. Let me just go on the 2-minute time frame. By the way, I'm offering in probably the most affordable course on the internet as well, just £99, no matter where you're from. Absolutely affordable for everyone, and that's my 700k strategy in there. So if you are link in the video description, you can go find that as well. I'm just trying to make it super easier possible for everyone. I'm just trying to get funded, past profit challenges. So I mean, super strong bearish candle here, and totally off track then, but look at this, look at this. So now the beautiful thing about this as well is you can just have your stop loss above these levels as well, right? So let's just say you entered from here, right? Super strong bearish candle, breaks this level of structure, have it either above the blue line, ideally, right? In this case you would have lost, but even better, have it above the wicks, right? And still on gold, 288 points, it's quite a tight stop loss, and then obviously price just falls from there. Again, simplifying trading, which gives you an edge over the market. If I complicate things, there is not really much of an edge. Let's find another example. I mean, you can see an example over here, right? Look at this price action, head and shoulder pattern, right? Perfect. You want to ride this move down as part of the right shoulder. So if now this is obviously going to be on a smaller time frame. So if let's see what time we could draw the staircase on. Look at this again, super clean, right? Look at this. If you entered from here and pretty much take the advantage, market just falls from there. Now if I let's just draw a staircase again, just keep things super simple here. Now obviously in this case here, not got that many steps. Let's draw this one over here, ideally like this. But then the first clue, basically, look at this, it breaks through here, right? It breaks through here. Now if you want to refine this, yeah, this is going to be the better example. It's going to be better example like here, right? Because now we've got our structure, a little bit of structure here, resistance formed here as well. Now you can take advantage of a bearish engulfing, right? We've got a super strong bullish candle here, momentum building, but why does it not really matter? Because if you think about it, this bullish candle has formed below the resistance, no value in my eyes. If it found above support, then it would have value. And then what happens? Let's go on a smaller time frame. I mean, you could just this is your little bit of support here as well. And what do you see? Price breaks through here, closes here bearish, another bearish candle, and you can even capitalize. And again, just keeping this super simple, right? Just keeping this super simple. We're not going for the big risk rewards. Obviously there's ways to trail the stop loss as well, but just keeping this very simple for now. Just showing a different way. I mean, this is, look, imagine we're 10% in drawdown. We're already up 1 to 9, almost 1 to 10, another 1 to 5. It just goes on and on and on. But test this, try it out, right? It's there's a video when I catch a 1 to 20. Let me just actually show you. If you're already part of the mentorship, if you're already in the Discord, you already know what I'm talking about. But the reason why I show this, because I think it's super important at the same time, as where it's not like I'm just saying things. 1 to 15, passing phase 1 in one trade, risking only 0.5%. 2 profits passing a day, 1 student on FTMO, number 4 on the leaderboard, 1 to 22. I mean, this is passing multiple prop firms in 4 days. It just goes on and on. This method works, all right? It works. This is why I'm obviously going to show it. So let's see. Okay, why did this trade not work? And why did this one work? So let's go into that. Let's break this down as well. Let's go into this. Let's go on a smaller time frame. Well, obviously I can clearly see why it did not work. Look at this volume. Look at this huge bearish candle. Huge shift to the downside. Of course you don't want to fight this. I've just put this loss here, but realistically, I wouldn't even taken this trade. I mean, look at this. Why would you take a trade from something like this, right? You got these multiple wick rejections on the top, indicating sellers that, you know, pressure is here, selling pressure is still here, and pushing the, you know, buyers down. Why did this trade work out? Right, we've got momentum building again, buyers. Right, we've got bullish momentum building again. Just go on a smaller time frame. Price will always leave clues. Price always likes to leave clues. Super strong bullish candle. A super strong bullish candle. You can now pretty much take your entry after this, either below the zone. Well, if you below this wick here, you're already below the major zone. And then obviously if I go to the bigger time frame, so put this back down here. Excuse me, play. A nice 128, super clean. Nice, you know, trade there. If you're risking 1% on that, right? If you're risking 1% on that, you just passed phase 1. Super simple. We've got this zone over here. Price breaks through, and price comes back down. We've got selling pressure. Ideally, if you got trend and everything in your favor, pretty much ignore these kind of wicks. These are just there to, you know, I mean, look at this even. It just caught my eye straight away. A super strong bullish candle. You can pretty much take even your entry after this, right? But as you say, we went to a small time frame. I mean, super strong bullish candle, engulfing as well. Super strong bullish candle. So I mean, you already, you know, got your buyers telling you that, you know, they're not going to be forced by the sellers. And again, remember when I said you want multiple you know, buying triggers, should I put it that way? 1, 2, bullish engulfing. What is this? No, that's a weak bullish candle. It's gone 2 minutes. Let's see what 2 minutes showing us. Super strong bullish candle there, engulfing. Another bullish candle, super strong continuation pattern here. But obviously, we've got this huge bearish engulfing here. Market just falls from there. Now we've got our morning star. We've got a super strong bullish candle here as well. Look at this, multiple huge bullish candles, double bottom pattern over here. Inverted head and shoulder pattern. A double-headed inverted head and shoulder pattern. I mean, it just goes on and on. The more you can add, the better, right? If you are going to only add one candlestick, obviously you can still take the trade, but my advice would be just risk less per trade, like 0.5% maybe. But yeah, you know, I'm gonna be making more videos in, you know, in depth. And if you did find value from this, hit that like and subscribe, share, comment, join the Discord community, you know, and yeah, take care, and I'm out.